Elena, it's funny looking back on how we first met. We really didn't know each other at first, but all we knew we were in the same sorority. You approached me and asked if I had anywhere to go or anywhere to be because you had to go get your favorite scrunchie from an ex's house who had recently just broke your heart, and you did not want to go alone. Now I'm standing here as your best friend, giving you a toast to you and Ryan, the love of your life, at your wedding. After our little scrunchie adventure, we became inseparable. We have been there for each other through all the tears, laughter, pain, and sorrow. You became my go-to for any problems, and you always would have my back for anything, even if you knew I was wrong. Taking on freshman year with my best friend was one of the best experiences I will remember from my college days. You have such a sweet old soul. I will never forget when I was having a terrible week, and one day after class, you told me to just get in the car and we took a spontaneous road trip to Brady just to have lunch and go antique shopping, and that made my entire week. I was crushed the last couple of weeks freshman year when you had told me that your parents were making you transfer schools so you could be closer to home. We would have to go from seeing each other every day to just occasional phone calls. But I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason, and I knew God had a different plan for you. We were in the second semester when you called me to tell me about this guy you had met in one of your classes. I immediately knew you were head over heels for this guy because anytime you mentioned him, you would light up and you would not shut up about him. I got to know Ryan more, and I loved him for you. He really does bring out the best in you, and I think you bring out the best in him as well. I've never seen two people make each other so happy. I was thrilled when Ryan asked me to help him plan and record the proposal. We talked on the phone for weeks before we finally decided how he was going to ask you to be his wife. On that sunny day in Florida, when he had asked you, I could not help but tear up from the joy you both had after you said yes. I am so glad you two found each other, and I believe this was the reason why you really went back home to go to school. I know you will both take care of each other, and I cannot wait to hear about the adventures you two will be having throughout the rest of y'all's life. I think I am speaking for everyone when I say I'm so happy for the both of you, and you guys were meant for each other. So here's a toast to y'all. I love you guys.